try. The strength within me is the fire you light inside. I'd go the distance, I'd run any amount of miles. My love is endless, watch it flow, the rivers never dry. But I'm going through a drought when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. I cross the oceans using my very last breath of life. Your waves will keep me floating, carry me through the night. But I'm going through a drought when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. Looks a lot like you when I walk into the room. My mind is so confused, yeah, why am I so confused? I try to find a view that's a different shade of hue, but my heart is always blue, yeah. Give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now.
once we get started, you will be wanting more and more. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. Drenched in sweat, I'm feeling too good to stop. She keeps moving, and I do my best to keep up. Out of body experience, as if we on the move. Said two figures dancing, I can see the move and connect. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. We got a little situation. We got a little situation.
All alone, and I know what I got to do without you. I know what I choose. 'Cause someday we'll be without truth. And baby, it's bad news. Oh, you got to hold me and fill me up, knowing that I never had your way with love. I know you're lonely, sometimes I feel it too, but I know that they're coming, I know, but you got the nights in you. Hey, well, do you wanna ride with me and tear up the night with me? Oh, you got the nights in you. Hey, and do you wanna vibe with me or drown in the light with me? Oh, you got the nights in you. All alone, and I know what I got to do without you. I know what I choose. 'Cause someday we'll be without truth, and I knew, but you got the nights in you. Hey, well, do you wanna ride with me or tear up the night with me? Oh, you got the nights in you. Hey, and do you wanna vibe with me or drown in the lights with me? Oh, you got the nights in you. Do you wanna come home? There's a fierce fire on your desire, and I've gotta know. Do you wanna come back? Oh, it's a harder time. There's a room I see, it waits for me on my clothes. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you limit your love. Miss you in instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. I crossed the oceans using my baby.
A very good morning. Welcome to Vendée Globe. We're watching the very, very first images of the Jingkun Xu, our Chinese skipper, watching the finish line of his first Vendée Globe dream, which was gone back to 18 years, he said. Over 6,000 days and nights of preparation has gone into this incredible race for this young skipper. He's 35 years old, grew up in the mountains 4 hours from Qingdao. He actually had to learn about sailing by going to an internet cafe when he was 13 years old, 12 or 13 years old. Knew nothing about sailing until he had this terrible accident when he was 12 years old. He lost, as you can see, the left forearm in an accident with fireworks. At the age of 12, he was a really accomplished young athlete, and his life changed forever from that point on. He got into sailing and learned about Ellen MacArthur, learned about the Vendée Globe, learned about offshore sailing and ocean racing. And not long after that, his dream of taking on this solo non-stop round-the-world race was born. And this really is an incredible morning for this Chinese skipper. He has been an absolute star on this race. He's been outstanding in his communication, in his self-reliance, and his drive. He's just charged through the biggest low-pressure systems. He's always said all he wants to do is get to Les Sables as quickly and as most directly as possible. And he has been absolutely extraordinary competitor. All he wanted to do, say, was finish this race. He moved to Port La Forêt in Brittany, and really with no support, with no French and very limited English. He really taught himself everything about IMOCAs, to do all his own maintenance and all his own preparation, pretty much, with a very, very small team in the end. And so the consequence is he knows and loves this boat. He knows every nut, every bolt, every fitting. And so he had a great deal of confidence in his boat from the very beginning of the race. He's had his problems, as have had most skippers. Most recently had to climb into the back of the boat to repair his hydro generators after his engine failed. So he's got no engine at the moment, no generating system other than his hydros. And so it's an incredible, incredible journey, as I say, from a mountain boy of the age of 12 getting into sailing. He's actually sailed round the world on a catamaran before, a cruising catamaran through the Panama Canal. Sailed the Mini Transat in 2017. It was his first real big experience of a solo offshore race or an ocean race. First Chinese skipper to actually finish it. And this boat was previously Alan Rura's. And he and his wife took on a huge undertaking to buy this boat. Initially, he lived on the boat in Port La Forêt. The budgets were so tight, very, very limited money, and that's been the way this program has worked, really. Even here in Les Sables d'Olonne, when he's been here, he and his family stay with members of the Chinese community, friends, the friendships they've built up. You can see this is such a big moment for him. I don't think anyone in this race has been so excited, so emotional about arriving at the finish line. But he's really been so incredibly determined. He's been possessed with the idea of doing the Vendée Globe for many, many years. And if it's only about determination, then there was never any doubt that Jingkun Xu would reach the finish line today. But a beautiful morning for it. Just coming in just as dawn starts to break. It is just after 8 o'clock this morning. Local time 0703 just now, UTC. And that fabulous moment has passed where he starts to see the very first support boats, the very first ribs. He's closing in on the finish line, heading towards the Nush Sud mark. I can see that Hubert Lemonnier, our race director, who's good friends now with the Jingkun Xu. Hubert speaks Chinese fluently and has been involved with the Chinese America's Cup teams before, and obviously he's been very, very supportive of Jingkun Xu over the course of his preparations as best he can. And progressively during his program, he's found sponsorship from Singchain Investments. As you can see, the logo on the sail, a Singapore-based investment company who have supported them, and also Haikou, which is a sailing resort island in China. The beautiful conditions are good conditions for his approach. He's been fairly steady overnight. Breeze, as you can see, is blowing offshore or slightly cross offshore, so he's having to sail upwind towards the finish line. So hopefully this is his final tack. He was about less than 2 miles to the finish line when we came on air. But to his credit, say he took on the Amoca Globe series, did all the necessary races and finished them all. Did his very first solo ocean race on the Amoca was the Route de Rome in 2022, and then 2023 he did the Transat Jacques Vabre with Mike Golding, and he did the Tourne La Basse race. and this year did the New York Vendée. So he's got many thousands of sea miles, of ocean racing miles on board his boat coming into this race. And he's so determined to promote this kind of sailing at home in China. Different races, he had millions and millions of followers. He had 16 million followers for his project during the Transat Jacques Vabre. So this really is a story of great determination and a vision which he's now seeing through to completion as he approaches the Nush Sud mark. He's got a very small team round about him. His wife, Sophia, really has been incredible in this program, worked tirelessly alongside him, making things work on land for him. And there's a big Chinese community on the dock waiting to welcome him in. So the final tack then for Jingkun Xu, approaching the finish line, a Paralympic sailor originally, or he came into sailing from athletics. Did the Paralympics in Qingdao. Then did the Paralympic World Championships. Then, as they moved into offshore and ocean racing. Here we go. This is a final few hundred meters for Jingkun Xu coming into the finish line in 30th place. He'll actually be the 100th skipper to finish the Vendée Globe. In the whole history of the Vendée Globe, he will be the 100th skipper to cross the finish line successfully. And here he goes. Jingkun Xu settles on his new tack, coming into the finish line. Ready to complete this incredible dream. So there we go. He's through the finish line. His Vendée Globe is complete. This dream is fulfilled. An incredible journey, say all the way from being a mountain boy of 12 or 13 years old, when he had to learn what sailing actually is by going to an internet cafe, looking up and then getting into it. And this really is such a big moment for him. This has been the culmination of so many years of work, incredible determination, incredible fortitude to say, working so much on his own with very limited English and no French in a world of French ocean racing. A huge achievement. So these moments are so special for him. This is what he's worked for so hard for so many years. He has never let the fact he's lost his left forearm, he's never let that get in his way. In fact, he's been determined to prove what he can achieve and what other people can achieve by just sheer determination, 100% application to everything. And he's been completely possessed by this race and the idea of doing it and the idea of finishing it. And so it's wonderful to see that accomplishment this morning.
Okay, bien reçu de la CRA1.
So he finishes at 8:08 French time this morning, 07:08 UTC, 99 days, 19 hours, 6 minutes and 11 seconds, 34 days and 23 hours after Charlie Dallin, 13 hours and 38 minutes behind Ollie here, who finished last night. They really did have quite a good race from the up the South Atlantic. They were close from pretty much from the Falklands or just after the Falklands. So it was great for both of them to have this rivalry going on, motivated them just a little bit more and pushed each other all the way, pretty much all the way to the finish line. In the end, Ollie getting away built his lead to, I think he was about 100 miles ahead last night when he finished. But this is all about Jingkun Xu. His wife Sophia then getting on board. I think, not sure that is. Rich Wilson is coming on board. The veteran double Vendée Globe finisher who's going to steer the boat into the channel. As indeed he steered it out at the start on the 10th of November, 99 days and 19 hours ago. And it's so fitting, you have to reflect, that one of the things that Jingkun Xu has loved most of all about his race is the sun coming up each day and the sun setting each day. His images of the sunrises and sunsets have really been his trademark on this race. So to arrive back in Les Sables d'Olonne to a beautiful, beautiful sunrise, a good sailing breeze, and now with his team back on board, he said so many times that all he really wanted to do was get back as quickly as possible to his friends, to his family, to his team. And what a fantastic job he has done, really. Quite remarkable. Even in the history of the Vendée Globe, this is such a big moment. First ever Chinese skipper to start and to finish the race. So he has his team on board. So there we go, 99 days, 19 hours, 6 minutes and 11 seconds. A pretty solid time for him. Really sailed a very accomplished race. Steady. Happy to push his boat hard when he wanted to. And in fact, we consider that he came down to the Atlantic in 40th place out of 40 starters. Then he went straight into a big low pressure system in the Indian when he got into the Indian Ocean and gained himself straight away 5 or 6 places. I'm sure he can't quite believe he now has a big hug there from Rich Wilson. Rich, the oldest skipper to finish the Vendée Globe at the age of 67. 2 Vendée Globes to his credit. You can just see that he's completely relaxed now. The pressure is off, and the dream is realized. But as I said, the one minor issue is he has no engine, so he'll have to be towed in. So great for him to have his team on board, his friends fully supporting him now as he heads in towards the channel. Say we're just going to sort out He'll get his sails down and he'll get his tow organised. But even when you consider that it's only 7 years, I think, since he was still involved in Paralympic sailing, did the Disabled World Championships in Kiel in 2017 in the Hansa class. Then he sailed a Lagoon 42 Qingdao Dream round the world, visiting 40 different countries he did. And he became China's Sailor of the Year because of that, really, in 2020. He also sailed as a 24-foot boat solo all the way around the China Sea. It's great to know that he was really inspired by the Ellen MacArthur, by the British skipper who finished second in the 2001 Vendée Globe, was really the inspiration when she visited China, and he learned more and more about her, and that was the catalyst. That was really what lit the blue touch paper for him to want to come and go ocean racing solo in France. So his boat originally was launched as Brit Air for Armand Leclerc in the. So the boat finished second in the 2007-2008 Vendée Globe. Sorry, 2008-2009, of course, Vendée Globe, behind Michel Desjeux. Then it became Renault Captur, did the Barcelona World Race, then was MECSF, and latterly on the last 2 races ago, the last race indeed was La Fabrique with Alan Rura, and Alan fitted these small foils. So it's a Fino Conch design. So this will be its 5th round the world race completed, and of course it's proven to be super reliable, and Jingkun Xu's had great confidence in his boat all the time. So it's just going to take some time and sail in towards the channel, then we'll bring his mainsail down. So we can see that Hubert Lemonnier then is now on board, the race director. And Jackie's got his first flare out. First of many, I'm sure. So just going to settle down and sort out the mainsail in a few minutes. Making a bit of a plan, but that is one very, 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 very happy skipper. So they built a huge following now at home in China. as he has done over the course of his different IMOCA races so far. But he's been a great competitor and really has told his story all the way around the world. He's sent some fantastic videos, some very disturbing videos. Probably one of the most disturbing videos off this Vendée Globe was him being up the mast when he had to repair the hook system, which had failed. He was just tossed around, smashed against the mast. Very, very disturbing. He was actually climbed, I think, 4 times in the end. And that was one of the things he found hardest, obviously, with having really just the one hand to work with. However, in the end, he accomplished what he needed to do, repaired his hook and kept going. But the one thing which has beaten him has been this engine problem. So certainly built up many, many tens of thousands of sea miles coming into this race. Actually super experienced. Just built up his racing miles over the course of the IMOCA Globe Series. And all the time his main objective on each race was just to finish and make sure he could qualify. So here we are. We're just setting up his his tow line to tow him into the channel. He is, as I say, already twice China's Sailor of the Year. And one of his ambitions now is to popularize ocean racing, bring young Chinese sailors into the sport in the same way that in Japan Kojiro Shiraishi is wanting to do as well. So his boat looks to be in pretty good shape, all in all. And there you can see these pretty rudimentary foils, which were fitted by Alan Ruhr and his team originally. But of course they were retrofitted. Quite a number of these Fino Conch boats, really super powerful boats in their day. But they've gone on to be quite successful in this race. And just breaking the 100-day mark, of course, is a pretty solid performance for this skipper on his very, very first Vendée Globe. So his first race in the boat was the 2022 Route de Rhum. He finished 29th. Retour en La Basse was 31st. And then 26th earlier this year in the New York Vendée. It's going to take them a little bit of time to set up this tow and get going. Say Hubert Lemonnier there on the foredeck, our race director, helping sort things out. I think not really, so we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back very shortly, probably in 20 or 30 minutes or so. We're going to take a little bit of break as they set up to get this tow underway. We'll see you again very soon.
Drown in the light with me, oh you got the nights in you.
try. The strength within me is the fire you light inside. I'd go the distance, I'd run any amount of miles. My love is endless, watch it flow, the rivers never dry. But I'm going through a drought when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you let me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. I cross the oceans using my very last breath of life. Your waves will keep me floating, carry me through the night. But I'm going through a drought when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you let me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. Looks a lot like you when I walk into the room. My mind is so confused, yeah, why am I so confused? I try to find a view that's a different shade of hue, but my heart is always blue, yeah. Give you everything, but you let me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now.
He's coming, leave any doubts at the door. Only good times. Let the DJ take us on a tour. A little disco and maybe some classic soul. Once we get started, you will be wanting more and more. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. Drenched in sweat, I'm feeling too good to stop. She keeps moving, and I do my best to keep up. Out of body experience, as if we on the move. Said two figures dancing. I can see the move and connect. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left, show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left, I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left, I think we got a little situation. We got a little situation. We got a little situation.
All alone, and I know what I got to
There's a room I see, it waits for me in an ocean. You got the nights in you, hey. And do you wanna ride with me, or tear up the night with me? Oh, you got the nights in you, hey. And do you wanna vibe with me, or drown in the lights with me? Oh, you got the nights in you.
Welcome back to Les Sables on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Watching Jingkun Xu, our first ever Chinese skipper to start and finish the Vendée Globe. And in so doing, he also becomes the 100th skipper to start and finish the Vendée Globe, which is a big landmark for the race and indeed for Jingkun Xu, who's spent so many years dreaming of and working up to this race. He crossed the finish line at just after 8 o'clock this morning, French time. He's being towed into the port because he's got no engine, but this dream, the China Dream, was the first name of his very first 24-foot boat, which he restored after finding it pretty much in a dump. Sailed around the China seas as a 24-year-old, and that was really where the dream started of going ocean racing, taking on this Everest of the seas, legendary non-stop solo race around the world. He was inspired by Ellen MacArthur's history, and now he has accomplished the most challenging ocean race in the world, and really has done so much of it by himself. Very much self-taught in terms of developing and maintaining, optimizing as much as he could this Mocha, running his program entirely himself with his incredible wife Sophia, who's his only real team member. But fabulous to see so many people turning out for Jackie, as he's also known, this lovely morning. Time to celebrate this incredible success. Such passion has burned within him ever since he heard about this race. And I don't think there's ever been a more determined, more focused, more possessed skipper to take on this race. His life changed forever. When he was 12 years old, he had this accident playing with fireworks. As you see, lost his forearm. And at that point, he was destined to take over the family vineyard. He lived in the mountains about 4 hours from Qingdao. He was also a very accomplished track and field athlete. He actually ran, after the accident, he still ran 10 kilometers to school in the morning and back after school. And he really, initially, he set about proving that he could still be a track and field athlete. And then China were looking for Paralympic sailors when the Olympics and the Paralympics came to Qingdao. And so he got involved with sailing. He really, China knew very little about sailing at that time. What incredible emotion. Deep satisfaction, deep pride in having achieved what he set out to do. And really, he's just illuminated this race with his passion, and he communicated all the way through the tough times. And really, you saw somebody who really was completely at one with the environment, with the ocean, with his boat. In the good days, loved long periods of gentle sailing. And you'd have to say he took on the challenges with the big storms straight away in the Indian Ocean. Never ever complained particularly. He had initial problems and still has a shoulder injury, historic shoulder injury, which played up as soon as he got into the real repetitive strains of making this boat work. and that's been a big hindrance to him over the course of the whole race. He's really been in pain all the way around with this shoulder injury. What a great day for Chinese sailing as well. Great patriotism, great following, great pride in this. Skipper says he's only 35. So inspirational to people now all around the world to see what this young man's achieved from such modest beginnings. And a good number of people out, even though it's early this morning. Early in the morning, beautiful morning to welcome Jackie back into the channel. Gabor Lamoni there, our race director, working hard to manage this toe. Slightly delicate, bringing this Imoca into the channel, but the great thing is it just completely admonishes Jackie of all responsibility. He can focus entirely on enjoying this time, which he's worked so hard and for so long to achieve. And that is the face of one very, very happy skipper. So looking back at his race, he started off with a little bit of an ankle injury straight off. Not long, I think the 2 days after the start, he had an ankle injury, rolled over his ankle, and that made it quite tough for him coming into Cape Finisterre. But almost immediately, just before the end of the first week of the race, was when he started telling us about this shoulder injury. And remember, he sent us a video of him trying to put on a pain or an anti-pain relief dressing on his shoulder, which is not easy with just one hand. 24th of November, he crossed the equator for the 7th time. Crossed the Cape of Good Hope on the 9th of December. And when he did so, he read out some of the messages of many messages of support from his followers, just reminding us how he's really engaged his country people. It's been part of his ambition. And then as soon as he got into the Indian Ocean, he went south straight away, went into a big storm, had over 50 knots. And I remember speaking to him at the time, or just after that, and saying, "Are you not worried? You don't seem to." And other skippers there at that point were staying to the north and setting themselves limits. I said to him, "You do not set yourself a limit in terms of wind speed or wave height, as most skippers do." And he said, "No, I just want to get to the finish line to see my family and see my friends, to see everybody who supported me. I just want to get there as quickly as possible and most directly as possible." And that really has been an insight into his strategy. Take what comes his way, deal with it, and move on. Keep moving forwards towards the finish line. This is a few periods of calm as well, but just shows you the incredible mental fortitude that he's built up over these years coming into this race. and obviously threw it as well. And what a beautiful reception for him. So much respect for what he's achieved. I think it's very easy to understand how hard it has been for him. But he's never ever complained. Such a humble skipper, so respectful of everyone else. But having been close to his project, you'll not find a skipper with a more dedicated work ethic. And he will just take his time coming into the channel. And why not? He's worked so hard for this, and it's such a massive achievement for him and for Chinese sailing. Like so many other skippers, he lost his spinnaker into the water just after Christmas. He went through a big front in the Indian Ocean, and he told us then that his whole body was suffering. He was feeling so much pain, but he's just so happy to be out on the water, to be in the Vendée Globe. And that was a message we had so many times over the course of his race. It was hard, but he just loved being out in the process of racing the Vendée Globe, and every mile was a mile closer to the finish. He caught right up to Antoine Cornic at one point. He said, "For me, the Vendée Globe is about raising and lowering the sails hundreds of times over the course of the race, but it's just about the luck and the life, just like the ups and downs of life. It never stops, and you just have to keep going, keep pushing on." But it was actually the 24th of January in the South Atlantic when he had to climb the mast. I think he was up 4 or 5 times in the end. Sorry, 3 climbs. He was up the mast 3 times over the course of 2 days, and he finally managed to fix his hook problem. And that was just before Chinese New Year, which we were so fortunate to share with them on our Vendée Lives. Starting the year of the snake. And both he and Ollie had really quite tough conditions coming upwind in the northeasterly trades. And then it was just 5 days ago, this engine charging problem really hit home, and he was unable to start the engine or repair it, unable to generate power, so he had to climb into the very, very back of the boat and finally repair his hydro generators, which have given him just enough power to get through to the finish line. And once again, such warmth, such respect from all these people who've turned out to welcome Jackie back. These race fans have followed every skipper, or most skippers, and really understand and know what he's been through. So there we go. His time, 99 days, 19 hours and 6 minutes since he started on November the 10th. That's beautiful Sunday. Very reminiscent of the conditions we're seeing just now. But he has quite a remarkable life history. I don't think we've seen a skipper coming. Well, actually, probably. Don't think we've seen anyone other than perhaps his Japanese counterpart has a slightly similar background, but he got into, and that's Kojiro Shiraishi. He got into ocean racing with a mentor in particular, that was his route in. But really, Jingkun Xu is very much self-made, self-taught, having come from the mountains, learning about sailing in the very, very first place. Slightly parallel paths with Kojiro Shiraishi, but Jingkun Xu had no mentor really. He just learned it all himself. So having a little bit of a problem with our live images coming in off the water. However, I say he grew up in the mountains about 4 hours from Qingdao. Restored 24-foot catamaran, which he found in a dumpster. And then he progressively got into Paralympic sailing. And he was part of the Chinese national team, began a slow apprenticeship over 3 years into sailing, took part in the sailing events of the Paralympic Games on a sonar and finished 10th out of 143 at the Paralympic Games. In China was then disbanded, and he found himself with no particular route in the sport. And that was when he learned of Ellen MacArthur, who was touring China at the time. And he really was inspired by Ellen's exploits. He said at that time, he discovered that sailing beyond competition could become a way of life. And that's when he learned about the Vendée Globe. And that was back in 2010. And from that point, he became a sailing instructor. He actually opened quite a successful sailing school. And became well known all over China for his sailing school and teaching sailing. And then 2011 was when he found the little 24-foot sailing catamaran, which he restored. So then that was when he went round the China seas solo and unassisted on his little 24-foot boat. We're going to take a little bit of a break because we've got some technical problems with the signal coming in from the channel. We'll come back in just a few minutes.
J'essaie d'avoir. J'essaie au bureau, quoi. Bon, ok. Ok, bon, bah je te laisse parce que là.
I'd move the mountains for you if you needed me to try. The strength within me is the fire you light inside. I'd go the distance, I'd run any amount of miles. My love is endless, watch it flow, the rivers never dry. But I'm going through a drought when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you leave me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. I crossed the oceans using my very last breath of life. Your waves will keep me floating, carry me through the night. But I'm going through a drought when you don't pick up my calls. I could really use a sign to keep me going. Oh, give you everything, but you leave me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. Looks a lot like you when I walk into the room. My mind is so confused, yeah, why am I so confused? I try to find a view that's a different shade of hue, but my heart is always blue, yeah. Give you everything, but you leave me your love. Miss you instinct. Now the moment's over. Coming to my senses. Wish that I would cut it out. Loving you is tempting. Lost in the escape right now. so ready for this day, yeah. I got the energy, the secret sauce, so yeah, yeah. I won't let nobody else bring me down. I won't let nobody turn this smile around. Then I remember my mum's voice in my head. Why don't you be your own boss instead? 'Cause you really don't need no one's permission now or then or ever. I got my own damn mind and I'm looking hot. I got my friends right behind me, yeah, we're tearing it up. I got the whole world looking, yeah, we're bossing it up. Tonight, 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 here's to me. I raise my glass real high tonight. So here, yeah, here's to me. Tell myself I'm gonna be alright. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me. Duh. Wake up early, life's a miracle, amazing. Slow it down, rise it up, we're entertaining. I won't let nobody else bring me down. Bring me down, bring me down. I got my own damn mind and I'm looking hot. I got my friends right behind me, yeah, we're tearing it up. I got the whole world looking, yeah, we're bossing it up. Tonight, 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 here's to me. I raise my glass real high tonight. So here, yeah, here's to me. Tell myself I'm gonna be alright. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me. Take your chance, there's nothing to lose now. Here's to all or nothing. I'm choosing love. La 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 la. Take your chance, there's nothing to lose now. Here's to all or nothing. I'm choosing love. La 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 la. La 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 la. Here's to me. Here's to me. I raise my glass real high tonight. So here, yeah, here's to me. Tell myself I'm gonna be alright. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me. So cheers, yeah, cheers to me.
He's coming, leaving it outside the door. Only good times. Let the DJ take us on. body experience. As if we on the move, said. Two figures dancing. I can see them move and connect. To the right, to the left. Show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left. I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left. I think we got a little situation. To the right, to the left. Show me what you're working with. To the right, to the left. I can't stop, let's lose ourselves. To the right, to the left.
Well, many apologies for that slight technical problem there with Jackie coming into the channel. There we see him, or there we see everybody waiting on the pontoon. And here he comes, Singchain Team Haikou. Jingkun Xu then approaching the pontoon. Obviously slightly complicated approach, a slightly complicated arrival with no engine. However, the talented Marina team are sorting things out. He'll be alongside in a minute, and whoa, just so wonderful to see this emotion, this sharing of this young Chinese skipper who's achieved so much, not just on his Vendée Globe, but on his life journey. And it is just incredible to consider he's just finished the Vendée Globe. He's just so happy. When it has been your sole ambition for so long, and you take on the Everest of the seas, as they call it, it's taken on every challenge, big and small, and come through intact and smiling. And he's shared it, such a humble skipper with so much energy, so much passion, and just proving nothing is impossible. As indeed his soundtrack, he is unstoppable. And I think for me, he proved that straight away, as I say, when he got into the Southern Ocean, went through the first big low pressure system in 60 knots. He thought, this guy is unstoppable. And there you go, Hubert Lemonnier, our unstoppable race director as well, in the foreground. And it's a pretty special moment for Hubert as well. In particular, he's been very close with Jackie as his conduit, if you like, into this world of IMOCA sailing, because Hubert speaks fluent Chinese. So he's been very much a touch point for him. No words, really. No words are needed. Really. I think it's just such a wonderful moment for the race as well. Wonderful moment for ocean racing. Wonderful moment for IMOCA. When you consider all the tensions, everything that's going on in the world at this time, this is about a personal triumph that goes beyond politics. And this is just about sharing success, sharing a level of determination that they really proves nothing's impossible. And there is Mr. Alain Leboeuf, our president of the SAM Vendée, the president of the race.
I'm so happy today!
Just getting the boat a little bit closer to the pontoon. Mr. Leboeuf, Monsieur Leboeuf, big hug for him. Huge congratulations from the president of the region, president of the race.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think he's going to struggle to open that bottle of champagne. There's sponsors and friends, family coming on board. And so much excitement in the community building up to this finish. And as you could tell straight away, he absolutely loves his music. He's had music playing pretty much all the way around the world, all different types. So champagne moment for Jingkun Xu, for Jackie. So I don't think we've seen a happier skipper. Not in the 30 who have finished so far, and probably not in the 100 who have finished the Vendée Globe over the history of the race. Jackie becoming the 100th skipper to finish a Vendée Globe. He said before the start that it had taken him 18 years to build up to getting to the start line. He actually counted up the days and nights, 6,000 days and nights of hard work, pretty much constantly. He never takes any time off, works round the clock pretty much, with so little support. Sold his house originally to move to Brittany. That was back exactly 10 years ago, 2014. He sold his house and moved to Brittany. Though he said he spent quite a long period of time living on board his boat in Port La Forêt.
China dream, I am sailing on China dream. On the sea, I am free. On the sea, I am happy, like a bird in the sky. I fly, I fly, I fly. Le vent est monté, la mer déchaînée, l'estomac retourné, je suis trempé, pas manger, pas dormir, qu'est-ce que je fous ici? Je suis crevé, il faut maintenant.
I'm not quite sure who the guitar player is, but singing the song all about the Vendée Globe, no sleep, very little food. A special serenade for Jackie for Jingkun Xu. Ode to China Dream, I think.
I am happy, like a bird in the sky. I fly, I fly, I fly. Un matin, à l'horizon, il apparaît. Voilà le palais. Accostage au ponton. Flash télévision. Flash télévision. China dream. China dream. I am sailing.
So we've got the full bilingual Ode to China Dream.
I am happy.
I am happy.
Bird in the sky. I fly. I fly. I fly.
Again, wonderful to just reflect on the different cultures that we see with all the different skippers being finishing the Vendée Globe.
Thanks, Les Sables. Thanks, everybody.
I'm so happy for them.
换一个方向给他们打个招呼。
We'll do, as ever, the normal protocol. I think we'll do is a few official photographs. It's nice to see a big crowd out. It is now 9:40 in the morning here in Les Sables in the port part of Les Sables, the Portelona Marina. I've got a fairly sizable crowd waiting to greet Jackie up on our public stage. So I think we'll just do the official photographs and then we'll get a few words with Jackie, who I don't think will stop smiling for the coming week by the looks of things, as well you might expect. Looking forward to his first meal. Remember him saying during the course of his race that he was very happy to keep eating rice and noodles every day. Very happy with his very simple diet. But we know that his first meal ashore, he's a pizza lover and will be having a seafood pizza. I think we'll get a few words with Jackie in a few seconds. He seems determined to empty the bottle of champagne himself, which is probably not the best thing, but you can completely understand why. His wife there, Sophia, just on the pontoon, the other Chinese lady on the dock, or sorry, on the boat with him. He was determined to have some Chinese dumplings. When he landed, and here he is. It's a massive treat for him to say the last time he had something so nice, I think, was at Chinese New Year in the middle of January. And Hubert there, our race director, having a beer as well. Great images. Just solidarity. And you do have to reflect a little bit on the great is to have such a talented race director who speaks multiple languages. Hubert speaks English perfectly, obviously Chinese, Spanish. There he's with cheering the dumplings out there. Rich Wilson there in the blue jacket, double Vendée Globe finisher. What a welcome.
Singchain Team Haikou.
Singchain Team Haikou.
再吃一口，赶紧下课。还有。On peut le faire descendre ici.
The lady there just sorting Jackie's hair out is Zimin, who's actually a volunteer with the team. He actually works in the motor industry in the east of France. She volunteers. She speaks obviously Chinese, French and English. And she's been instrumental in helping us with our communications over the course of the race. She's just trying to bring some order to Jackie. Actually, that's women's kids there just on the pontoon as well.
Bravo!
Nice multi-generational finish.
梦想成真 We made it!
We made it. We made it. We did.
谢谢。
恭喜恭喜！
哎，
要回答问题了，
好
船长问问题啊。
Juste si tu racontes tes émotions d'abord.
那个谈谈你现在的感想，是不是很激动？
Asking about his emotions, which I think are immediately obvious.
我讲中文是吧？
讲中文。
对，今天是我梦想成真的时刻，所以今天对我来讲，是我情绪最丰富的一天。
C'est le jour que mon rêve devient la réalité. C'est le jour où je suis le plus ému.
It's the day which his dream becomes
为了
reality.
这个目标，为了这个梦想，我们付出了
been with him for
很
so
多很
long.
多。
It's
所
become
以
reality now.
真
It's
的实现
incredible.
的那一天，我觉得特别的满足。
Parce que j'ai travaillé vraiment très très dur. On a payé beaucoup
worked so long
pour en
and so,
arriver
so
là.
hard
Donc
to,
aujourd'hui, ça,
take on the race and get
le
here.
rêve devient réalité. C'est vraiment incroyable.
这是世界上最美好的
But
时
the
刻。
dream to actually become reality is just incredible.
Du monde de ma vie.
Qu'est-ce qui a été le plus dur dans ce tour du monde?
你在环球的
So what was the most difficult part of his around the world?
最艰难的太多了，因为就像大家所知道的，旺代环球是这个世界上几乎是最具挑战的体育比赛，不局限于航海。所以其实我们在一路上，我们其实经历了太多的东西了。一路上经历了很多的磨难，很多的风暴。但是如果一定要讲一个的话，其实可能难以想象，就在前5天，就在5天之前，马上在到达终点5天之前，我们的船上的电力的系统被损坏掉了，所以那是我第一次觉得要面临退赛的问题，而且是在最后的时刻，所有人都觉得马上就要到终点了，但是发生了。
Il y a vraiment trop de moments difficiles pendant cette course.
Very, very many moments which are difficult.
La course la plus difficile du monde, non seulement pour navigation,
Race, of course, is the most difficult in the world.
Et donc du coup, s'il faut vraiment choisir un moment le plus difficile pendant cette course, je dirais il y a 5 jours, mais seulement 5 jours presque fini la course, et personne n'imaginait que j'aurais tombé en panne d'électricité. J'ai dû résoudre ce problème-là.
So you're saying that actually in the end, if it's to pick the one hardest moment, it's been the last 5 days with with very limited electricity.
C'était le plus difficile pour moi.
Et le plus plaisant?
That would be the most difficult for him.
开心的时候呢，在这个环球一圈里，最开心的时刻是什么？
开心的时刻也很多，对，因为你知道，在99天的航行当中，我们会经历很多很困难的事情，但同样也会有很多很美好的事情。像是最美好的事情，如果一定要讲一个的话，比如说在我们返程的时候，在经过赤道无风带的时候，我们刚刚跨越了南大洋的风暴，然后到了赤道的无风区。 然后迎来了非常平静的海面，有非常美丽的日落日出，在那一刻我就觉得特别的美好。
Il y a vraiment beaucoup de moments merveilleux pendant cette course.
Great moments, fantastic, great happy times.
Quand j'arrivais sur une zone sans vent et donc la mer est très calme.
When he came into
je peux voir le coucher du soleil et lever du
into the
soleil.
south with the sunrises and sunsets, quieter moments. Really felt at one with his boat.
就是因为我们在路上，其实我收到了很多的小孩子们给我的来信，他们给我画画，还给我唱歌。法国马赛还有一个学校的孩子们，他们专门开展了1天的这个独臂日，让孩子们都去体验把自己的一只手去绑住，然后让孩子们去体验我的一天。 所以我觉得特别的感动。所以每当我在海上收到孩子们的来信，收到他们的唱歌的视频，我都觉得特别的幸福，都觉得。
Oui, il faut que j'ajoute d'autres moments merveilleux parce que pendant la course, j'ai reçu plein de messages des enfants. Il y a des enfants qui m'ont fait des dessins, il y a des enfants qui chantent.
One of the greatest things over the course of the race was getting so many messages from kids, from youngsters.
Donc ils ont mis une chaussette sur une main pour travailler pendant toute la journée juste avec une main. En simulant ma condition. Et ça m'a vraiment ému.
There's an interesting story I was hearing there, which he's just recounting just now, is of a school in France, I think in Marseille, a school there where the teacher asked the kids to spend 24 hours using only one hand. So they put a sock over their other hand just to empathize and understand what life was like or what life could be like for Jingkun Xu. So he was very touched by that initiative. He says that was one of the most satisfying moments of his race.
因为在海上每天我都要去做这个问齿的工作，要去抬帆。
Talking about his bad shoulder, his sore shoulder, and he had to do so much work, so many. It's normal for the race having to work so hard.
Merci beaucoup, bravo.
Merci. Yeah.
匈牙利船订的匈牙利，起名给这两个忘带他最喜欢。
Oh, and there's Nandorfa.
So much. It's so fantastic. My family, my friends.
Just saying he respects him so much.
Crossing the fingers for you. This is so fantastic.
And Nandor's followed him all the way around the world.
Our pleasure. You showed us what is humanity. It's really a fantastic example. Fantastic. I'm proud of you.
So nice words from Nandorfa, the first international skipper to ever finish the Vendée Globe. Nandor has come all the way from Hungary to see the skippers, see this group of skippers come in, particularly Jingkun Xu. I think his story really chimes with Nandor, who started out in the very first pioneering years of the Vendée Globe, and he and his wife actually lived in a car in the car park when they very first came to Les Sables alone, starting the very first Vendée Globe project. So I think he really understands what Jingkun Xu's been through.
这一切都结束的太快了，因为我觉得整个忘带的过程是我这么多年一直努力去追寻的一个目标，所以对我来讲，虽然99天听上去很漫长，但对我来讲这非常的珍贵。对。
Ça passait trop vite, même trop vite par rapport à tous les efforts qu'il a fait depuis des années de préparation. Par rapport à tout ça, 90 jours, donc semble long.
So just talk about the years and years of preparation and years and years of build-up.
Parfois c'était vraiment dans la souffrance. Est-ce que parfois il a eu envie d'abandonner? Est-ce que ça a été vraiment plus difficile que ce qu'il imaginait au niveau
Did he ever think of abandoning the race or at any point during the race?
很艰难的比赛，他们都在看你这个发布的一些视频，其中有一些是那个伤痛，然后在大喊挣扎的这些视频。说有没有任何一个时刻你想过退赛，然后你会觉得太艰难了？
因为，对，其实我们在海上，像刚才说的这些发生了很多很困难的事情。虽然大家看到了很多很美好的画面，但其实我们在海上这么长的时间，经历了很多几乎都要快退赛的问题。但是有一点可以肯定的是，我觉得我很骄傲的是，因为我从小我就一直是一个运动员，所以包括我从小我一直。 在我的成长的经历，一直在给我一种力量，就是在面对困难的时候，我其实在我的脑海当中没有去选择，没有那个放弃的那个选项，所以不管遇到了很多的困难，对于我来讲，我唯一的选项就是要去解决这些问题，我必须要往前走，必须要走下去，坚持下去。所以每次我遇到困难的时候，我其实对我来讲是一个很残酷的选择，就是我没有选项。 可能别人会有一个我放弃的选项，或者我继续的选项，但是对我从小我的成长的经历，因为很多很困难的事情在我的身上发生，所以对我来讲，我的人生当中没有选择退缩的这一步。如果有问题，我一定会选择去战斗到底，只能这样，没有任何的选项。
puis c'est vrai que pendant toute la course, j'ai dû envoyer plein de vidéos avec des faits d'images et tout aussi, mais en fait, oui, on a rencontré plein de problèmes tous les jours dans le quotidien. Mais comme j'ai été grandi en tant qu'athlète, donc j'ai grandi dans une mentalité que je ne peux pas abandonner. Et donc du coup, chaque fois quand on dit qu'il faut faire un choix, peut-être les gens ils font des choix. Mais moi, en fait, je n'ai pas de choix parce que je ne vais pas me permettre à faire un choix d'abandon. Et donc c'est pour ça que chaque fois, mon seul choix, c'était de continuer et essayer de résoudre les problèmes pour continuer.
D'accord. Je voulais poser une question aussi sur le bateau, parce qu'il est parti avec assez peu de moyens, et le bateau n'était pas forcément adapté, je crois, à son handicap, à la différence de Damien Seguin, par exemple, qui avait peut-être un peu plus de moyens. Est-ce que ça, il l'a ressenti pendant la course? Est-ce que, du coup, ça a été d'autant plus difficile pendant la course, voilà, physiquement?
The journalist just asked about any adaptations to the boat that was made. We know that he hasn't adapted anything in particular. And one of the was asked that before, and he said that it was largely didn't have time to do anything. And
对，我们的船上确实没有做过任何的改装，这条船完全是为2只手的正常的船长设计的。如果我不能去否认，它肯定是有一点影响的，但是确实会更加的困难一些，这不可否认，对，这不可否认，对。
C'est vrai qu'on n'a pas fait de l'adaptation sur le bateau, donc c'est un bateau pour les gens à deux mains, donc forcément, je dois avouer que des fois il y a des difficultés.
So she's just saying that really,
但这也正像是忘带的比赛一样，我们最后发现其实我们的潜能是无限的。
C'est via ça, donc on se rend compte qu'en fait, on a plein de pouvoirs, donc on peut tout faire finalement. Tout est possible.
There's so many things you can do in this. Really.
C'est pour savoir, voilà, c'est le premier skipper chinois à monter le Vendée Globe. J'imagine que ça doit être une grande fierté pour lui. Et est-ce qu'il pense que ça peut développer son sport, la voile, dans son pays qui est assez peu connu finalement en Chine? C'est pas un sport très développé en Chine.
说船长是第一个中国船长来参与忘带，并且完成这个忘带的，你肯定很骄傲。那你有没有觉得你这样就是这个完成忘带这个壮举，后边会影响更多的中国选手来参加这个帆船的这个领域呢？因为帆船好像在中国目前还不是很知名。
Yeah， 这一定，这是一定的。因为像我们这一次来参加忘带，在刚开始的时候，很多人都不了解忘带，在中国几乎没有很多的人去了解忘带的比赛。但通过我们的参赛，现在在中国，我们有成百上千万的追随者在追随我们，所以越来越多的人，孩子们开始去了解这个比赛，开始去感受到航海的这种勇气和魅力，所以这是一定的。我们的这一次的参赛一定会推动中国航海的发展，一定会让未来更多的中国的孩子们去加入到这项运动当中，并且从这个运动当中去收获到勇气和力量。
Certainement, ça va influencer les jeunes Chinois, là, les marins chinois, donc de participer plus dans le sport de voile. Bien sûr, donc avant ma participation, il y a très peu de Chinois qui connaissent Vendée Globe. Et donc du coup, via toutes les publications,
following and the growth of the following for his Vendée Globe back at home in China, which has grown massively since they started the race.
Pour leur donner l'envie d'aller faire du voile et d'apprendre dans la langue, d'avoir du courage pour apprendre.
Merci beaucoup.
哎，好了，谢谢。那这边要走了
，OK，
要准备上去，要上台了，下一步了啊。
好的。
等会儿船长，他要跟你说句话。思迪，他学会了中文就想跟你说干得好，他是你的粉丝，从第一天开始就在关注你。
Thank you, Maxi. Lovely. Et signature.
楠姐在吗
？Bravo, Jingkun.
So bravo, Jingkun Xu. Lots and lots of young fans, race fans, and supporters out this morning. Fans of all ages. He will take his time to come up and join us on the public stage.
OK.
太棒了，谢谢。
Thank you.
你好，徐船长。
真不容易。
你好，徐船长。
好嘞。
祝福你啊，太厉害了。
Thank you. 来了。
So lovely, really, just seeing so many people are here to share this moment, to express their thanks for his race and for his achievement.
灿烂星空，谁是真的英雄？平凡的人能给我最多感动。再没有恨，没有了痛，处处都要爱一种。用我们的歌换你真心笑容，祝福你的人生从此与众不同。
I think it's just starting to sink in that his races are sinking for him, that his race is over, and this is the time to enjoy the welcome, realise what respect he's now held in. And really massive respect. I think there we've seen a lot of emotion from Monsieur Leboeuf over the course of the race, but I think this is a very special moment for him in particular. With the internationalisation of the race, with a record number of participation, or a record number of international skippers started the race, 11 different nationalities, and say the very first time we had a Chinese skipper start and finish the race.
Lui, il descendait ce ponton pour partir pour son premier tour de monde. Le voici ici après 99 jours de course. Il a franchi la ligne ce matin à 8h08, un 18 février. Si ça, c'est pas un joli hasard. Il devient ainsi le 100e skipper à boucler un tour du monde. Il va nous rejoindre sur scène. S'il vous plaît, je vous demande d'accueillir s'il est avec nous. S'il vous plaît, un tonnerre d'applaudissements pour Jingkun.
100th skipper ever to finish the Vendée Globe. Jingkun Xu.
Welcome, bienvenue, Jingkun. Congratulations, Jingkun. Avant de débuter, un mot d'Alain Leboeuf, président de la scène Vendée Globe. Alain Leboeuf, un mot sur cette matinée extraordinaire.
Un mot d'abord pour vous remercier parce que vous êtes en train d'accueillir ce matin notre grand champion chinois. Merci beaucoup d'être là.
So first of all, thanking the crowds for turning out to welcome our Chinese champion, Jingkun Xu.
On a ici le plus heureux des hommes. Voilà.
The happiest of men, really, and I think that's immediately evident, as it has been since they approached the finish line.
Le plus heureux des hommes qui nous fait l'honneur d'être avec vous, toujours avec ce sourire. Jingkun, raconte-nous, là, ta traductrice évidemment qui va nous traduire en français. Jingkun, raconte-nous ce chenal.
So Jingkun Xu, just tell us about the channel.
汪船长翻译一下。那你今天一定是世界上最幸福的人了。你首先给大家讲讲你刚才过这个航道的时候是什么感想？
对我来讲，我觉得今天就像是在做梦一样，因为我们刚刚经历了世界上最艰难的比赛，我们在海上整整经历了99天的时间，经历了非常非常多的风暴，很多的困难和问题，当然也经历了很多很美好的时刻。然后我们为了这个目标，我们整整 对于我们来讲其实很陌生。在法国，Vendée Globe 是几乎每一个人都熟悉和了解的比赛，和热爱的一个比赛。但在中国，它很陌生。
你们来说太低了，原来比français还有法国观众呢。Il a dit oui, c'est comme un rêve parce que je viens de vivre 4
So saying yes is like a dream.
en mer. Il y a plein de difficultés.
To be able to go all the way around the world on the sea, non-stop.
C'est vraiment un rêve encore pour moi parce que c'était juste hier.
It's been a dream for him for so long.
今天是我觉得最幸福的时刻。现在，对。
Je suis le plus heureux du monde aujourd'hui.
So echoing the words of other skippers, saying he is the happiest man in the world right now, but I think he probably is and will be for some considerable time to come.
Presque le Vendée Globe allait s'arrêter il y a quelques jours avec cette grosse avarie. Raconte-nous.
说我们今天也是最幸福的人，能邀请你出现在这里，然后给我们讲讲，好像就几天前你好像差点就要退赛，是经历了什么呢？
在5天以前，我们所有人都觉得已经距离终点非常近的时候，我的船上出现了一次严重的事故，我的船上的所有的发电系统都出现了故障，然后船上的电力马上就要衰竭了。但是大家都知道，对于伊姆卡60这样的这样的赛船，这样的巨大的机器，如果没有能源的话，我们将没有办法去支撑它超过2天的时间。所以那是我第一次觉得我可能真的要面临退赛的问题了。
Oui, il y a juste 5 jours, c'était le moment que tout tombe en panne de côté générateur pour l'électricité et il n'y a rien qui marche, donc tout pèse.
So yeah, he's saying that the hardest time for him has been the point when the generator failed and he'd been without electricity and had to repair the hydro generators. That was probably his hardest moment. That's when he thought he might end up having to abandon.
对，但是我当时对于我来讲，我觉得，我当时非常的紧张，但是其实没有很多的时间让我去紧张很长的时间，只有可能很短暂的几秒钟，马上就要去思考如何去解决这样的问题。我尝试了很多的维修的方案，都没有办法解决，电力正在逐渐的衰竭，可能在几个小时以后就要结束这场比赛了。但是最后在午夜的时候，我终于维修好了我的唯一的最后的一台的一个水力发电机，然后恢复了船上的电能，然后一直最后大家看到我回到了这里，完成了这个比赛。
J'étais stressée, j'étais nerveux, mais j'ai pas eu beaucoup de temps pour être stressée parce que dans quelques secondes, j'ai dû arrêter.
You're just saying that he really just had to work so hard and keep at it the whole time that really didn't have time to feel super stressed.
Partie mécanique et donc du coup j'ai terminé quand même par trouver le moyen de réparer le support de mon générateur hydraulique pour réavoir l'électricité.
So he found the energy, found the way to repair his hydro generator, and that kept him going.
Jingkun, tu as parlé de ton bateau qui a eu mal, mais toi aussi tu as eu mal. Dès les premiers jours, tu as eu des problèmes à la cheville, tu as eu très mal à l'épaule durant toute la course. Comment ton corps il va aujourd'hui?
你刚刚说了你的船遇到很多问题，那你自己呢？你的身体呢？好像从开赛开始，
How does he feel about his boat?
腿受伤，后来就肩膀受伤，那你现在是一个什么样的状态呢？
对，我一路因为出发之前，对于汪代出发之前的准备工作非常的繁忙，所以我的身体非常的疲劳，所以在整个的比赛过程当中，我一直处在一个伤病的状态当中，我的肩膀、我的膝盖、几乎我的身体上的每一个关节都没有处在一个正常的状态，所以这给我的航行带来了很大的困扰，但是它并没有去影响到我最终去完成这个比赛。 如果你问我现在的这一刻，我现在身上没有任何的疼痛，我现在只有幸福。
Il a dit oui parce que les préparations pour la course c'était déjà dur aussi. Donc j'ai jamais arrêté de travailler, ce qui me permet pas de reposer avec toutes les blessures que
They
j'avais
just think that
déjà
all the
aux
time he was
épaules.
building up and preparing for the race, he had no time to rest. He just
Pendant toute la
worked
course,
constantly.
on doit tous les jours travailler dur, donc j'ai pas le temps de repos.
All the time that he worked hard, I think
Ça a duré
in the
pendant
end,
tout au long de
he
cette
just
course.
continued into the
Maintenant,
race.
aujourd'hui, si vous me demandez si j'ai encore mal, bah non, j'ai pas mal, je suis bien parce que je suis ici.
So if you asked him now whether he felt bad or he felt tired, he definitely not.
Forcément. Jingkun, grâce à toutes tes vidéos, le public a pu vivre ton Vendée Globe. C'est aussi grâce à toutes ces vidéos.
So because of thanks to all your videos, everybody's been able to share your race.
Et ces partages avec le public.
It's been great to share it and to enjoy it with the public.
特别美好的视频，你在视频里经常都是露出了大大的笑脸，给大家很多鼓励。那制作这些视频对你来讲意味着什么呢？
首先要其实在我们的船上航行去做这些视频，不是一个很容易的事情。但是我为什么愿意去这样做，就是因为我真的去非常的享受我在海上的每一天。而且对于我来讲，我非常的热爱这个世界，热爱我们的地球，热爱自然。所以每天，虽然我已经航行了有18年的时间了，我见过无数的日出日落，但是对于我来讲，到现在，我每次看到日出日落，对我来讲，我都会非常的感动。所以我的每一次的分享都是发自我的内心的，它并不是一份工作，也并不是出于某一种目的，而是完全是发自我内心的我希望能够把这些我经历的这些美好的时刻能够分享给更多的人，让他们去看到我所经历的这些美好的东西。当然，这也是一种好的心态，因为要在这样的比赛当中能够坚持下去，我们每天有很多的困难，我们必须要去有一些好的东西去支撑，而这些美好的这些美好的时刻，这些包括去跟大家分享所获得的那种反馈和互动，支撑了我去完成这个比赛。
C'est vrai que c'est pas très facile à faire ces vidéos tous les jours, mais j'adore cette navigation, donc je profite tous les jours en mer. Donc c'est pour ça que j'aime.
The thing that he really enjoyed every day at sea, every day on the water, enjoyed making his videos and sharing them with everyone. Particularly in the sunshine when there was sun.
De partager, pouvoir partager à tout le monde, pouvoir partager cette
So being able to share it all with everyone.
Ça m'encourage à moi aussi, donc d'être positive.
It's a great pleasure for him as well.
C'est assez difficile, donc du coup, oui, donc je garde positive dans mon idée.
But when it's difficult and you have to stay positive in his idea,
En espérant que
just to share it with the public.
ma joie avec vous.
To share his joy with you now and all the way through the race. It's been so important.
Aujourd'hui, merci beaucoup Jingkun d'avoir été avec nous. On va faire la photo officielle, cher public, avec vous, Jingkun et Alain Leboeuf. Vous allez vous mettre de dos au public pour qu'on fasse la photo officielle. Et on veut vous entendre, s'il vous plaît, pour ce mardi 18 février. Et en présence de Jingkun Xu, le 30e de cette 10e.
So there we go, the 30th finisher of this Vendée Globe, Jingkun Xu getting his official photo taken with the crowd, with Monsieur Alain Leboeuf, our esteemed president.
Faites du bruit, s'il vous plaît.
Celebrating his on the way to finish of the Vendée Globe, taking 30th place, applauded by the public here in Les Sables alone. It's an incredible journey, an incredible outcome. And he's loving every moment. See, all the way through his race, he's loved having music on board, loved singing. And this is such a special special day. It's going to be a special few days for him. And indeed, I think when you consider how long the dream has gone on, this is a Chinese song called The Perfect Hero. And indeed, an opposite song, an appropriate song for Jingkun Xu. The Perfect Hero and Unstoppable. So many congratulations to Jingkun Xu and indeed his team and his family. Everyone connected with his team had done a fantastic job. It's been great to share his race. And now we'll have a little bit of a break for 8 or 9 days before we have the final 3 skippers coming in. Thank you so much for joining us today and through the race so far. 30th position today, 100th skipper to finish the Vendée Globe. We'll see you in a few days' time for the finish of Manu Cousin, then Fabrice Amadeo, and then Belgian skipper Denis van Veenberg. We'll see you then. Thank you for joining us.